Hey team, how's it going? Here we are, week one of our group training sessions. Looking forward to meeting everyone, getting out on the field, and starting to have some fun. Here's the schedule for this week's activities, and it will be similar to future weeks as well. If you would like to read this in greater detail, you can pause the video now and have a look. We're going to start off with a scrimmage. This is right when the players arrive, so we'll have one field going as soon as we have 6 girls available to play. And as everybody else arrives, we'll throw them into games. The slide shows you where we will put the water balls and bags. And the reason to kind of be detail oriented here is to have a smooth transition for the next activity, which will be everyone coming together for a chat. And we don't want players to have to run the opposite direction to grab their water, to run back to the middle to meet us there. So we're going to put the water right in the middle. And we'll have a chat for about 5 minutes to foreshadow what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about dribbling, we'll be talking about shielding, we'll be talking about when and where and why to attack off the dribble. And as we look at the plan, there's a lot of notes on here. I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. There's some jargon, there's some technical terms. So just get comfortable reading these and come with questions. I'm going to try to print off some of these for the coaches who will be there Wednesday. But I encourage everyone to use these, either a soft copy or printing hard copies. Get familiar with the material. The key part are the coaching points and trying to stay on topic. It's really hard because these players have so much to learn, as every player does, and we want to coach everything. We want to give them all of our information, but we really need to stay on topic to be most effective so that we are reinforcing the same message throughout the practice rather than giving them 25 different messages. So the first activity will be dribbling around inside of a square, and we're likely to combine two of these fields, but based on numbers, we might decide to do something slightly different. Maybe we decide that this is enough space for all the players that we have, depending on our group size, how many people are available. We might decide that we just move the cone over so we get 2/3 of a space rather than the two fields combined. So we'll play that by ear. We'll work on some attacking on the dribble moves. So maybe that is a scissors, or maybe it's just an inside-outside touch, a Cruyff turn, which is a 180-degree turn with the inside of your foot. And I will demonstrate all of these while the girls are scrimmaging so that the coaches see what we're doing and where we're going. And if anyone is not comfortable demonstrating, we will have additional coaches there who can help demonstrate. And even the players, using them to help demonstrate as well is just fine. The progressions for that first activity would include teaching them the moves and then having coach put pressure on them, and then from there letting the girls kick each other's soccer balls out of the square. And I think I would have them do 2-star jumps before they have to before they allow to rejoin the activity. The next activity is shielding. It's in the exact same space, so this should be a pretty fluid transition. And here we're talking about being side onto the ball. So one arm literally touching their opponent who's trying to steal the ball. The other opposite foot will be on top of the ball and able to move and roll the ball away depending on which way the attacking player comes to steal the ball. We'll play 1-minute games and keep track of points of who ends up with the ball at the end of that minute, and then celebrate and cheer for that person after everybody shares their scores. And again, trying to keep it nice and light, keep it fun, but also a competitive element where we do want there to be competition. We do want them to work hard and to compete to do these activities well. Finally, we'll have the 3v3 activity where we're working towards an end zone. So now we have set up one cone just off the end line, creating an end zone behind it, 3v3 in the middle, and here we're reinforcing the ideas of attacking off the dribble and shielding, when they should attack space, when to accelerate when you see space in front of you or when you have a chance to take the ball into the end zone, and maybe when you made a bad choice about attacking two or three defenders rather than shielding, turning around, and finding a teammate to pass to who can take players on off the dribble or who can attack some space on the dribble. So trying to stay on topic. It's one of the hardest parts of coaching youth soccer. Don't The sheets that we have, again, have lots of information about team shape and about some different things that you can incorporate. I would stay clear of that. I would just be talking about dribbling and shielding, when to attack off the dribble, when to attack space, and when you should not. We'll conclude with the scrimmage. So we will need a few minutes to reorient the fields and get set up here, get pennies on our teams, divide into teams. We'll see what space feels good and how many players should be on the field. We'll take a little bit of practice and trial and error for our first week, but we'll get a good feel of it after this week and have a better idea for future weeks of what was successful in terms of the space that we use for our scrimmaging and how we might want to organize that for future weeks. And then finally, we will have the players pick up all the cones, meet back in the middle one last time to recap and to go over the exact same themes and the exact same subject matter that we've been talking about all day long. So hopefully it's the third, fourth, fifth, 10th time that they've heard these things, and through that reinforcement and through that repetition, it sinks in a little bit more. We ask for the players to give us the information, so they're saying the words, they're able to repeat it. When their parents ask them after the practice, what did you work on? Hopefully they're able to repeat some of this subject matter, and through that repetition, through being able to say the words themselves, it'll really sink in and hopefully make an impact for them. I think I've told you before that I will be doing this exact same training session twice. So my team trained this evening, and we'll be doing this exact same session tonight. We're going to do it again for our group training session with everyone tomorrow. And again, more repetition, and hopefully the second time they do it, they're more comfortable, they understand things a little bit better. That's my idea. Totally up to you with what you want to do, but just throwing that out there that there's nothing wrong with doing this exact same practice twice a week. We'll have a different practice for next week, and so they get some new activities, they get some new things to look forward to each week, but they also get some repetition, and there's a comfort with that as well. So look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and yeah, it should be fun. Take care.